Curious people, how do you swatch your nail polish? Which one do you like more, swatching on these traditional sticks or aesthetic glass tiles? I think having a system for organizing and labeling anything is vital. I always hear stories of how people just end up buying the same color over and over again because they don't have a system in place. They don't realize they already own 4 very similar shades of pink or have like 10 different baby blues. I am also guilty of this when I buy eyeshadow and even nail polish. So I bought these 12mm square glass tiles to do swatches. At first I thought about putting it inside of an empty makeup palette, but what do you think about this mini acrylic stand? I don't have that many colors right now, so I think this little stand does the job that I need. I also saw this insanely cute nail wardrobe on Shein for only $6, and I really want to buy it and redo my wardrobe. For glass tiles, you will need some double-sided tape and a label maker. Today's curiosity is my dilemma. Should I be swatching the gel on top or the bottom? Let me know in the comments. I think I prefer this top method, and I seal it off with some top coat. Applying the color at the top allows for the true color to show. I really hate how some polishes end up looking muddy after you wipe the inhibition layer off. So you really do need to put top coat on to see the true color. Also, the labeling, if I want to do it on the bottom, then it kind of ruins the aesthetic. I do like the perfect aesthetic of applying the color on the bottom, so the plastic stick or the glass always looks perfectly shiny and doesn't have any streaks or bumpiness to it. What do you think? I did both, and I wish I stuck to one because now I'm gonna have to redo some of these tiles. My second dilemma is, how should I be labeling each of these swatches? So as you can see, I own 2 major brands, and I don't want to switch up my 2 whites or 2 blacks and the 2 glitters. Those are like copies of what I have from both brands. The sticks are very beginner friendly, but I really like the aesthetic of the glass tiles. I made these teeny tiny labels on my Brother label maker, and I had to hand cut each piece with an X-Acto knife and put it on with tweezers. It took so much work and time that I haven't even swatched my Chinese gels from AliExpress. So here is my collection: Kokoist, Nail Thought Spaces, Vetro, and I'm missing my AliExpress. But what do you think? Indoor light? Outdoor light? It really pops in the outdoor. Here is the Rosie report on beginner must-haves. So I believe everyone should have a really good base coat, and you should have a 2-in-1 where it's tinted so it, camouflages some of the imperfections and smooths out everything to one color. I really love this nude to correspond with my light medium skin tone. So is the Nail Thoughts peach color. I also love the Milky White, and it makes the cuticle line less harsh and the colors really pop because it's still a white base. And if you are really into glitters and fun decals and nail art, you need a clear base that will encapsulate those things. And last but not least, you really need a quality top coat that is no wipe. So once you finish this top coat, you are done. I think the Kokoist Ultra Glossy is highly regarded by many nail techs, so not just me, and so it does a really good job for what you need it to do. It comes out of the bottle kind of thick, but if you swirl the brush around and work it, it will become thinner, and you can control how thick of a layer you put on by using your own nail brush. General colors are for your preference, but if you are going to develop into having nail clients, then you really want a nude or 2 nudes, one for lighter skin tones and one that goes well for darker skin tones, and a really nice red, white, and black. So if you will do nail art or even just the classic French tips, you really need a marker line or something that is a very thick white to apply the really crisp line. And I really like this one from Kokoist because it is no wipe, so if you want to do some tiny chrome art, you can apply the chrome on top of it. Vetro also makes gels that has like 2 stars or 3 stars, which are thicker viscosity for nail art. They have several different whites, but this white number 55 is 2 stars thick for nail art. How do we pick the right red for your undertone? So it requires understanding the color in yourself and others. So are you warm undertone, cool undertone, olive, dark? Even though you are pale or dark skin tone, you can be warm or cool. As an Asian, most people categorize us into a warm or yellow based undertone, but that's not necessarily true. So for me, I am a neutral. I have an equal mix of both warm and cool. So both types of jewelry, silver and gold, looks good on my skin. There are cool toned Asians and warm toned Asians, but that doesn't mean all Asians are warm toned. There's also olive toned Asians and of course in the general population. And so being an olive can be really difficult because it seems like nothing matches you and you need to like mix your own foundation to get a good match. It is the same with finding a really beautiful red that goes well with your undertone. Pop quiz. Can you find the correct undertone for each of these popular OPI reds? Here's a little guide on the bottom for you to see. These are warm toned reds and these are cool toned reds. So are they yellow based or blue based? And you can see if you can figure out the correct red for the correct undertone. Let's find a red for you on Kokoist. If you go under shop by color, you can see all these beautiful reds that Kokoist has. And if you go to the classic number 3 Rouge Red, you can see Rouge Red number 3 is a classic red that looks really good on everyone. But I do think it's more of a warm toned red, so if you are super cool toned, this might not work for you. There are a bunch of other reds, and here's a really warm toned red called Summer Red, which is basically an orange red in my opinion, so it's very warm toned, but it really makes things pop when you wear it in the summer or just year round. Nail Thoughts also have several beautiful reds as you can see here, and let's look at 2 specific examples. The first one being my favorite red. So Nail Thoughts or Katie Masters made this red that is her favorite, and it's the perfect go-to for warm toned skin tones. And so it is not for cool toned, but I think it also looks beautiful on light and dark skin. It makes everyone's skin pop with a vitality that you really want to see in the summertime. For her second red is called Rose Red, and it's called a True Red. So it should work for both cool tone and warm tone people. And it still looks very warm tone to me, but as you can see in the swatches, it does work for both. Personally, reds can be very intimidating to wear, so I stick more to like neutral pinky tones, and so the reddest thing I own is by Vetro, and it's number 67 called Lips, and it's this like beautiful dark red that almost anyone can pull off, and it looks especially beautiful on more mature skin. So it's slightly older ladies will love to wear this because they are very confident with the years of experience that they have. Like my mother-in-law, I put this on her and it was just like the perfect dark red for her. It's also a really beautiful fall color, so that's when I plan on putting this on. On the other hand, if you're really struggling finding a really good skin tone color for your salon, Kokoist does make something called the concealer series, where there's the perfect neutral full coverage skin tone color, and so they make different undertones, and they even have this really beautiful purple color called boysenberry, and I really want to buy that next time. So personally, my style is more like classic forever kawaii nails person, so I really love the peach white and on top of that strawberry milk. I really love a good glitter, so the Vetro 270 Prism Shine is beautiful, and I can't not have a good light blue. You know, that's my screen name and everything, so I picked this one called Istanbul Turquoise by Kokoist. With trends, I love a good holo, so I have this one from AliExpress, and you need a really strong magnet to make it look holographic. And chrome powders and Aurora Mylar flakies are just really beautiful on everyone, and I just love doing these same styles over and over on my nails. So these are my must-have gel colors for a beginner, and you can find these colors everywhere, but I really love the high quality and the beautiful thoughtfulness in the Kokoist and Vetro lines. So I highly recommend you check these out sometime. Of course, you also need brushes to go with these potted gels. So if you want to check out my brush guide or shopping guide, I will explain everything in that video. And you also need high quality prep materials like files, nippers, pushers, wipes, and all of that good stuff. And I have another video on new tools that I bought to upgrade my little toolbox. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I want to know how you swatch your polishes, so let me know down in the comments, and I look forward to seeing your next curiosity. Bye!